They are at the start of their journey, they think outside the box, and they often come up with bright ideas. Their projects are innovative, they are a new generation of business people, and their distinguishing features are creativity and enthusiasm. This is the world of startups, the program about IT developers and the industry of startups. Hello, we're back on Kazakh TV with the most interesting news from the world of business and new technologies. I'm Serhii Kakishev, and this is the world of startups. Watch on this edition. Today we have a close look at the Pocket Directory for program missintle. How does it work? Instant messaging skills for those who are over 50. Watch our report from a computer class for the older generation. And finally, the most interesting IT news in our news block. Recently in Almaty, free computer literacy classes have been opened. These classes differ in that their audience are students who are over 50 years old. By the end of the course, these mature students will be able to confidently use smartphones, instant messages and social networks. We have visited this course to find out how its students cope with it. These curious grandmothers and grandfathers are as interested in new technologies as their advanced grandchildren. I was given an iPhone for my birthday and I'd like to learn how to use it. I want to learn to work with this gadget. I leave the kitchen, the home and go online where I see and hear a lot of interesting things, and this is important for me. These people of different walks of life have gathered here because they want to become computer literate in these free computer classes called Digital Life. This project works in 16 cities of Kazakhstan. Since it was set up for different purposes, more than 150 courses have been held. The aim of this 7-day training is to help elderly users acquire smartphones, social networks and popular instant messages. A lot of people never use up to 90% of what the smartphone can offer them. It can become a useful instrument and assistant in many spheres in finding useful information and making home safe. In these classes, one can meet people of different occupations and different ages. For example, Sara Bisheva is 82. She decided to take this course because of her granddaughter's suggestion. My daughter phoned me and said, "Mom, you don't know how to surf the internet and I can't get in touch with you through emails or text messages. You have to do something." I tried to start learning for a few times, but then gave up. For me, it's easier to make a phone call. And while Sara is learning how to use her iPad, 76-year-old retired engineer Georgy Georgievich is harnessing skills of virtual communication and at the same time discovering the advantages of the latest technology. I'm an engineer, but I can hardly ever imagine how this sophisticated technology works. For me, it's amazing. Right now, in this class of computer design, we're using Skype for communication every day through a computer or a smartphone. One of the participants decided to continue studying how to use technology and learn more complicated operations, such as online booking of their turn to get a reference note about the pension savings distance. Kazakhstani startups have created mobile app Missintle for programmers. The service helps users to remember the syntax for new programming languages. The users will need special flashcards. Currently, 2 types of card are available: Objective-C and Swift. Find out about how this app works firsthand. American blogger Derek Sivers once left a post on his social networking page where he suggested that programmers study programming languages through flashcards. His idea inspired Nurdaulet Bulatov, a programmer from Almaty. He suggested an idea of learning programming languages not through practicing, but using memory cards, in the same way as when we learn foreign languages. When you learn French or Italian, you may want to use cards with words on the language and Russian translation on the other side. He advises the same approach to learning languages for programming, but this was only his theory. He didn't create this app. The program is designed for users who have a basic level of programming. In other words, for those whose level of programming is intermediate. The startup is only at the beginning of its journey, but even at this stage, they already have more than 2,000 downloads. All similar apps are based on flashcards for studying human languages, not programming languages. This is probably one of the few apps which translates information from one language to a programming language. Programmer Daulet Kenjetaev is one of the pioneer users of Sintel. When there is a need in translating data from one computer language to another one, this program is indispensable, says the young man. Its interface is convenient and user-friendly. In addition, there is no need in remembering website names or book titles. It is enough to remember the ready cards with their codes and do so-called quizzes, special tasks on the app.
Пришлось перейти на Swift.
Currently, because of my work, I'm using Swift. Like other programmers, I used Stack Overflow, but I had to acquire the program quite fast, and to do so, I used Sintel. Even now, this app is set as the main page of my iPad, and I read the cards and do short quizzes that are on the program. And thanks to this application, the switching to Swift was a lot easier.
Мой переход на Swift стал более легче.
Today the app is available only for payment, though the cost for subscription is nominal, just $1. In the near future, the service creators are promising to add more flashcards to the program and add more modified quizzes. And finally, here's a review of the most recent news from the world of digital technologies. Don't miss it. A startup from New York has invented an eternal torch that one won't have to recharge. All it needs for charging is the warmth of your hands. This innovation is called Lumen. The main parts of the device are a thermoelectric generator and a small ceramic plate. These components generate electricity when there is a contrast in temperatures in the upper and lower parts of the torch body. When the temperature of your fingers is 36.6 degrees centigrade and the air temperature is 28 degrees, the torch bulb produces light. At the same time, the metal frame of the torch acts as a radiator and perceives the temperature in the environment outside. The bigger the temperature difference, the more light is produced. The healthiest IT entrepreneurs, including founder of Microsoft Bill Gates, CEO of Facebook Mark Zuckerberg and head of Amazon Jeff Bezos, have recently participated in creating a new ecological initiative. The fund Breakthrough Energy Coalition will invest in new technologies that will help mankind offset the negative effects of the climate change. The members of the coalition are ready to take financial risks to help new energy companies and innovators enter the market with their products in the area of cheap green energy that do not cause carbon dioxide emissions and air pollution. Belgian programmers have developed a drone that they called Fly, designed as an assistant in the user's daily routines. The main advantage of the robot is its absolute safety for its owner. First of all, thanks to its spherical shape of its blades, touching them is harmless. When the robot collides on a hard object, its construction protects the device. The gadget weighs 450 grams. It has an accumulator of the volume of 1500 microampere, which is enough for a 10-minute flight at the maximum speed of 15 kilometers an hour. The controlling of the drone is possible directly through a mobile app. Currently, the developers of Fly are trying to raise 175,000 euros on a popular crowdfunding platform in order to finish their work. If they succeed in it, the drone will be available on store shelves in September 2016. The approximate price of the flying robot is 1,250 euros.
надеемся.
We hope this edition of the program has been useful for you. Leave your comments and suggestions on our pages on vk.com and Facebook. I'm Serik Akishev, and you've been watching The World of Startups. See you next time on Kazakh TV.